Several years ago, I was listening to a person tell a story about Noah, and Noah was a story about floods and about storms, and about being prepared for the storms of life. And in his talk, he said everybody has storms in their life. And we all do. We all have storms come into our lives, and this talk inspired me to want to be prepared for the storms that have come and will come into my life. Scenarios came into my mind, scenarios that most of us have really experienced in some form or another, like being high-centered on snow or being stuck in snow. Almost everybody's had that experience. Or maybe being out back. I returned from a hike once and my battery was dead, and we had no cell phone signal. Or I thought about scenarios like the fires down in California or losing power like they did in Texas. Scenarios where you would need to either shelter in place or shelter in your car or set up a camp and shelter until you could get aid. And so I started searching for what back then was called a 72-hour kit or a bug-out bag, and all I found was a bucket with a Mylar blanket in it, a couple protein bars, and a few other odds and ends. And the Mylar blanket was your shelter, it was your sleeping bag, it was your everything. And honestly, it would probably taste better than the protein bars that were in there for your food. So maybe you could survive with this Mylar blanket and the protein bars, but that's not living. That's barely surviving. I wanted a pack that you couldn't just live for 72 hours with, but that you could survive and thrive for a whole week with. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I decided I would have to make my own. And Life in a Pack is about being ready for those type of scenarios. For the last 4 years, I've been trying to put together all the things that go in Life in a Pack. And Life in a Pack is a bag that I've put together that has everything you need to thrive for a week, pretty much anywhere. Great food, water, a water filter, an energy source, solar panel. It really has everything, even some games in there, everything you need to thrive for a week, whether you're out backpacking or whether you're sheltering in place. Life in a Pack is about that, about being ready for hiking out if you have to, but not just about the storms, about being ready for adventure, about being ready for an overnight hike, a week-long hike, getting out and enjoying the outdoors and the wilderness. And so it's about the ups and the downs of life and being ready for both. I visited a website called ready.gov. On ready.gov, they recommend that everyone in the US have a 72-hour kit or a survival bag, packed and ready to go. And I found a survey online that said that less than 2% of people in the US had a bag that met the criteria of all the categories on ready.gov. At Life in a Pack, we have spent the last 3 to 4 years designing the various gear that goes into Life in a Pack. Our engineers and design team have solved several design problems and put together all the unique products to bring Life in a Pack to market. Starting with the backpack itself, we needed something that was easy to carry and easy to access. We designed Life in a Pack to have several carry points. It includes a shoulder strap to use as a duffel, or a full backpack harness and waist strap to use for your long hikes. So whether you're going a few hundred feet through the airport or you're traveling 1,000 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail, Life in a Pack backpack will work. Another issue of existing backpacks is that they are all top load, often with just one long compartment through the center of the bag and one access point at the top. So you have to dump everything out of the pack to get to the thing that you put at the bottom of the pack. We designed Life in a Pack with multiple large openings from the top, from the bottom, and from the sides, so you can access everything in the pack quickly without pulling everything out. The next large problem to overcome was the tent. Most 3-pound or under backpacking tents, small enough to fit in Life in a Pack, are between $300 and $600. They often have large and complicated pull systems that make them easy to break but hard to set up. We designed several lightweight tents that are easy to set up and specifically made for Life in a Pack. These are not yet on the market and are brand new for Life in a Pack. Our Trekker Pyramid is a single-person double-layer tent, and our Trekker Palace is a 2-layer 2-person tent. It's very hard to design a 2-layer tent that is also a trekking pole tent, and that's why these are going to be the first 2-layer trekking pole tents on the market. These are made out of super lightweight silicone nylon fabric, which is a very high-end fabric, and the 1-person tent comes in at under 2 pounds, 8 ounces. The next thing we had to solve was a cooking system that would work even after your gas ran out. So we designed a biofuel stove that uses pine cones and sticks off the ground that fits perfectly into the pan that you use to cook and boil your water with. Everything fits together in a very compact bag with your biofuel stove, your pot, a bowl, your mess kit, your fork, your knife, everything you need to eat and cook with. This stove boils water in as little as 6 minutes and uses nothing but the sticks and pine cones and biofuel off the ground. Next, we need to design a sleep system, a sleeping bag, a sleeping pad, a pillow that simply work together. Our patent-pending pillow also works as a pump so that you don't use your moist breath to blow up your pad, which lessens the lifespan of your pad. We designed the sleeping bag with pockets and straps so that the sleeping pad can fit inside the sleeping bag or can be integrated into the outside of the bag. With the pillow, we had to solve the size issues. Our first iteration of the pillow was way too big and heavy to work in the pad. We gradually came up with this perfect size pillow that works both as a pump and works great as a pillow and is comfortable to sleep on. Almost every element of the pack is new and innovative, specifically designed to fit into the perfect survival bag. Another great example is our Life in a Pack playing cards, which we designed to be smaller and lighter than normal playing cards and completely waterproof. Each card contains a survival tip on the face of the card that will help you in a survival setting. Our newly designed and patent-pending fish pad will also be included as part of the family survival pack. This pad is a mummy-shaped foam pad with an oversized footbox, which gives it a fish shape. By taking the traditional pad and cutting out the excess, we created a pad that offers all the comfort and insulation of the traditional foam pad at a fraction of the weight and size. The traditional foam pads are too big and bulky to fit inside the pack, but our fish pad fits perfectly inside Life in a Pack without filling it up with all your other gear inside. And because it's the same shape as your sleeping bag, it fits perfectly inside your sleeping bag for a comfortable night's sleep. And it is insulated to give you more comfort on those cold nights. Also, because it's a foam pad, it is perfect for Life in a Pack. It can't be punctured like an air pad can, and it adds more insulation than the traditional air pad. These are just a few examples of the many incredible new products in Life in a Pack. Over the past few years, we have spent an incredible amount of time, innovation, and engineering to design all the different elements of Life in a Pack. And we are finally ready to bring this innovation to market and to get it into the hands of people who want to use it for adventure or in a life-saving survival setting.